because I had someone in the comments on Twitter today ask whether Wright was playing injured had an injury to his left arm because he always notices him blocking with only his right arm. And so I wanted to show an example of that. And it's something that I find very impressive about Wright's play is there's a guy on Twitter named Jim Mouse McNally. He was an O-line coach for the Bengals, for the Bills. Like, he spent like 20 years in the NFL. And now he's like a 80-year-old man who just posts tweets of him doing pull-ups and giving O-line advice. That's all he does.
It's incredible.
It really is. One of the best followers on Twitter if you like O-line play. But one that he had the other day, and I sent it to Rom. He goes and does like 10 pull-ups. He comes back to the camera and goes, one arm's longer than two. And then cuts the camera. And just that's awesome. What this is. And it's a skill for Darnell Wright to be able to time up this one arm punch, get it right in the chest, and maximize his length out against a guy who has 36-inch long arms, significantly more length than Wright does. Like that ability to play with the one arm is the reason why he's able to win that length advantage there. Because Wright's very average length. He's like 33 1/3 or something like that. Trayvon Walker's 36-inch long arms. It takes a little something. And that ability to be able to overextend one arm is what allows him to win the rep.
Yeah. Incredibly put. I think that's one of the most impressive things about Wright, Q, is just like he kind of plays offensive line unorthodox.
Mm-hmm. He does.
And it's fun.
He's a bare knuckle boxer, man. Like he's different. He's a change up to a lot of edge rushers. And like, I love it.
I love it too. Like I always root for the guy that's different. Again, you've seen me sit on here wearing friggin' Bucky's tie-dye tank tops, for God's sake. I like being the different one. It's fun. That's why I kind of like how he plays offensive line, because like you said, like he's not like he doesn't have the greatest of talent, but he's just like, he comes at you ways you don't expect. And you're just like, why are you getting to me? Maybe that's just him also knowing like, hey, I know I can win here with this guy because he's not really good at X. Maybe that's just him being a really good technician and kind of just
we know from his college days, he was very good about learning his opponent's weaknesses and strengths and how to counter their strengths.
And beating that up. That's one of the things that good offensive lineman that can do that, man.
I'm really excited to see his, like, this year I am giving him a bit of a pass because the back injury is playing through. But next year, I'm really hoping to see some significant growth in his hand fighting, because his hand fighting at Tennessee was some of the best I've seen at the college level. And I have to think that's in there to progress somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely. And again, the fact that he also knows how to play like this without like totally screwing up his back or anything is also incredibly impressive. Yeah. Like, that's just also knowing what you can physically do. And he's like, okay, how do I physically beat this guy with what I can actually do right now? You come at a guy a different way because you're trying to keep yourself a little bit healthy while still being effective.